Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Cooking with Unity. I'm your host, Maximilian Moreau, and my volume is a little too loud. I'm your host. Hold on, sorry. I'm your host, Maximilian Moreau, and with me is Jeffrey. And we are doing, what are we doing today? We're wrapping up the 2D game. Okay. Sorry, I haven't had a whole lot of sleep in the past week because we were working on Kickstarter stuff. The Kickstarter is up for Vanguard Valkyrie. Check it out. I don't have a link in the description. I'm going to alleviate that right now. Hold on. Vanguard Valkyrie. There it is. We'll just put this into the description here. Oh, good, an error occurred. Back our Kickstarter. Save. All right. Sorry about taking the time to do that. We're going to go to the main screen and... So yeah, Vanguard Valkyrie Kickstarter is up. We're doing pretty good so far. We're hopeful. I think it's going to be a great project, and yeah, you should back us if you can. Please do. We'd really appreciate it. Any contribution helps. So first off, before we get right back into the 2D minigame, I just wanted to show. Sorry, the 2D minigame, the 2D shooter. I wanted to show you how the 2D minigame came out on the Kickstarter. I'm just going to play this briefly. I again don't have audio on direct feed because you guys have talked about it killing your speakers and stuff because I haven't got a tool to mix it just yet, so this will be off microphone here, but yeah, this little project came out pretty good, and on today's Kickstarter, we actually not on today's Kickstarter. On today's episode, wow, this is not going so great so far. On today's episode, in the description, there's actually a link to download every script that is used in this demo. I can't actually put the demo together just because we can't distribute some of these assets. But all the scripts that are used in the demo to make this thing work are available in a little zip file. They're not really commented, they're not really explained. If you have questions about them, please feel free to email me, but it's all that you need to actually make a game that has all the features that this little game has. So, with the exception of the typing effect, which, when these things type, it's actually using a little $5 tool, which I also have linked in the description. But yeah, I think it came out pretty good. We injected a little bit of humor, we got dialogue stuff, we got enemies blowing up. I wish I could have shown more on the show about producing this, but it just was hard to get this stuff done and talk about it at the same time. So, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. You should, if you back the Kickstarter, you get the full demo, and you'll be able to play it yourself, even if you don't have a headset. As a matter of fact, that's what causes it to happen. If you don't have a headset, a VR headset plugged in, you'll get this demo instead of the 3D one. So let's get to the actual project. What are we doing? We're going to go to, where were we? 2D shooter. Way back in the day. Probably should open this first so that this part had been done earlier. When I distribute the files, I delete the library folder, and so it has to rebuild it every time I come back to one of these. So on our last episode, what did we have? So we're going to go into our scenes, and we're going to go to, I guess, designed level. Does this have our stuff? So we have options that move around with us. There's a couple little bugs with them, like if you stop moving for a while and then move, they kind of jump around. Where's my shoot button? There's the shoot button. We've got our lightning gun working and actually doing damage. And we've got our other power-ups giving us other weapons still. And we don't have the options shooting yet. We'll probably put that in today.
They shoot lightning, don't they?
Oh, wait, yes, that's right. We do have them shooting. They shoot the lightning, so we can get a lot of damage done to our enemies and stuff. And I'm using the wrong window layout again, but we'll fix that in a second. Let's see if I can actually beat this guy this time instead of getting shot down like I usually do. Someone... Oh, we killed him. I forgot how quickly that transition happens. So what we're going to do here is we're going to fix the little problems with the options. We're going to add sounds. We might add a bomb if we have time. And that's about it. And then we're going to wrap this thing up. Let's switch our layout to the 2D shooter vertical, because this allows us to see the scene and the game.
Turn off maximize on play.
Thank you. And what are we going to do? So let's take a look at our problem here. So right now, if we move and then wait for a while and then move again, we have them jump position. And the reason for that is because they're currently parented to the player, but the way that they're tracking the player's position is by the script called delayed follow. Let's quit this thing. And so the problem is they're keeping track of the players. If we're moving, we keep track of the player's movement and move. And the reason we're doing it that way is so that when the player stops moving, they maintain their position like an option. But because of this, they're not actually updating where the player was somewhere else and then scrolled, because we're actually moving him with the level. And so what we probably want to do... What do we want to do here?
Local positions?
Yeah, I was thinking we could probably do local positions. I'm not sure if that will actually fix the problem, but let's give it a shot. Yeah, that probably will fix the problem, actually. Let's give it a shot. So follow transform dot position, we're going to change this to follow transform dot local position. We're going to do dot local position here. And then we're going to change the... Will that work? No, this is not going to work. Because they're children of the player, and the player is a child of something else. So we're going to be basically switching between the player space, which is underneath the gameplay area, and we're going to be switching between option space.
Wait,
so that's not actually going to work.
Player?
They are.
It doesn't...
Yeah, they are.
Oh.
Yeah, I know it doesn't look like it. Sometimes it's hard to tell whether things are children or not.
Why are they children?
So that they're stay together with the player. If you die, they die too. I guess we don't technically have to make them children. That might be the easier way to fix this. Let's do that.
Because they already have a follow transform.
Yes. Alright, so... Place these here, continue, and we hit play. Oh, wait, that's not going to work because they're still moving with the player. I'm not sure if this is actually going to fix it, honestly. But I'm going to try. We're going to take them all the way out of the hierarchy. Yeah, now they don't stay with the player when we're moving, when we're not moving. So
Oh, no, they should be in the drift, but they're...
Oh, they should be in the
local
game.
Positions are what should change.
Okay. All right, let's try that.
That's what I was thinking.
So we'll just change their local position, but just
So
keep it to transformed up position.
What?
So, like,
You get the player's transform dot local position.
oh, and
place that
since they're in the
the-
same, yeah, okay. So what we were doing before, but I'm not sure if I like the solution, but I'm going to go with it for right now because I really want to wrap this up today. Local position. Yay, that works nicely. Alright. Cool. Yay, that's a lot of fun. All right, so I'm going to see something real quick. We've got Power Up Manager. This has weapons. How does Power Up Manager work? Yeah, let's just stick with this. So, all right, so that's wrapped up the options pretty decently. I'm going to check to see if there's any questions in the comments real quick here, if I can. Don't do that. Games are expensive indeed. Don't ask me why it's not just 200. Because that was Justin's choice on that one, but yeah, it's 198. We ran the numbers and it was 198. So, but yes, what are we doing? So, Power Manager player. So let's play around with making some sounds, because that'll really improve this game. So, we're going to be using our typical, I want to turn on so the player right now has a laser on him instead of just a barrel. I'm going to actually disable his laser thing and instead enable the barrel. So now he shoots normal. And so these are like lightning orbs that follow, and they do like lightning stuff. And then we have a pretty good beam weapon to start with. Alright, cool. Save scene, save project. So, I'm going to hit apply on the player prefab, just so that that's the same. We might have to populate these guys in the other levels, but we can do that later. So we're going to be using SFXR, or rather the web version, which I think is called SFXR web. ASFXR, I think is what it's called. Yeah, AS3 SFXR. Stands for Action Script 3, because this is actually a Flash player plugin. So this thing lets us make some sounds, and we're going to start getting some sounds for this game. So right now we've got an extremely fast shooting weapon. So this might be a little bit tricky to when we add sounds. This may actually cause some problems. But I'm interested to see what we end up doing for this. And we have a weapon that is effectively continuous with the lightning things. We're going to probably have to make a looping sound. And what else do we need? We need some explosions and stuff. Those are going to be easy. So let's start with an explosion. That's going to be the easy stuff.
You could also use a power-up pickup sound or something.
Yes, power-up pickup sound. That'll be good. So let's make an explosion. Turn this up so you guys can hear it. I like that one. Let's go with that one.
So do I.
Export. So we're going to have this one be explode. We're going to need a pickup sound for when we collect a power-up.
There's a power-up button.
Oh, power-up, even better. This is more like Mario power-up, though.
Sounds like him jumping half the time.
Yeah, I'm going to actually... randomize, see if we can get a cool sound effect out of that. Wow, that's a painful one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Power up.
Power up.
Power up! Yeah, that's what we should do. We should just record us saying that. That'll work. So we got a power up sound, we got an explosion sound. So we need a continuous kind of electrical noise. That's going to be a little bit trickier. Because we're going to have to actually do some editing for that. And we're probably going to... I think for the shooting one, we're going to need kind of a fast shooting thing. Let's see what we got for shots. Yeah, that's a nice short one. It's a little bit high-pitched, though. We can actually just change that, maybe. Okay, whatever I did killed it.
Do you have to, like, refresh it or something?
I don't know. Oh, whatever I did killed the whole site. Let's try refreshing the whole page. Yeah. Actually, I like that one as is. So this is going to be just shot. We'll see how we can actually make this sound. And then we need something for the continuous electrical thing. This is going to be our most difficult one here. That's interesting. It's got the right length, but... Actually, that might be a good one for it.
I say we use it for now.
Yeah.
And then if we have time, we can go back and play with sound some more.
All right, sounds good. This is going to be electrical-ish. So we got a power up, we got an explode, we got a shot sound, and we've got an electrical-ish sound. All right, cool. So let's, before we get into Unity, let's actually edit this sound. I'm going to be using, I didn't put a link here, but Audacity is a free audio editing program. It is not the greatest program in the world, but it is free. And I'm going to open up our electrical-ish wave file. And we're going to see if we can make this into something that's a little bit loopy. So what I'm going to do is we're going to find a portion of this that seems like we could loop it. So it has this nice little sustained area here. So I'm going to grab like on one of these peaks. And we're going to select over to another similar peak or just before it. Yeah, another similar peak. Let's see how this goes. And if we go loop, where is this? Loop play. So transport loop play. That'll work. It's pretty obvious that it's looping, but we can work with that. It actually kind of is good to have kind of a sharpness to it because this is supposed to be an electrical style sound, so there's kind of sharp portions of that. What we could smooth that out, and we may do that on this episode. The process for doing that, electrical-ish loop. The process for doing that would be basically taking this section, duplicating it, and then kind of fading it back into itself on the edges. But I'm not sure.
Which I think is under effect.
Oh, is there a way to just do that?
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of fades. And
oh
stuff
yeah,
like that,
yeah.
that
So we basically crossfade
to...
between them, between itself. So, but yeah, we may touch that in a bit here, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. So don't save changes to this file. So we've got electrical-ish and we've got electrical-ish loop. Perfect. So let's drag our sounds in. We're going to create a new folder called sounds. Oh, we already have a folder called sounds. We had sounds? I don't remember any sounds. Oh, did we already... When did we do this? Wait, what are these? Oh, these came with... Oh, these are kind of nice. Someone had more time to play with SFX, or... That's a good power up sound. I don't think we're going to use any of these though. Let's grab these guys and throw them in. We don't need electrical-ish the source file. Actually, we do, because in case someone wants to play with editing it, we're just not going to use it. So, first of all, we're going to make all of these not 3D sounds, which unfortunately we can't select all of them and do it. You have to do it one at a time. Someday, Unity will probably support that.
I think there's editor scripts that allow you to do it.
There are editor scripts that allow you to do it as well. We don't have any of them installed right now, though, so I'm not going to hunt them down. Shot. I'm going to create a new folder inside here called From 2D Art Pack, because that's actually where these ones came from. So, what are we doing? So let's start with Explode. That's a super easy one. So this is going to be the easiest one we do. We just go to our prefabs and we go to enemy gib, which is our explosion, and we just put Explode on it. And so now if we hit play, what should happen is anytime we kill an enemy, we get explosion sounds. So that was super easy. Now we might want some variety for that, so I'm going to write a very quick script that randomizes the pitch of the sound. So we're going to do C# script, randomize pitch. And what we're going to do is all this is going to have is public float min pitch equals 0.5f. We'll do that as the default. Public, actually let's make it less dramatic. Let's do 0.8 public float max pitch equals 1.2f. This is still probably going to be a really big range, but we can always change it later. We want to make sure that the script is working. Good default values let you know that things are working even if you don't change them. So all we're going to do in start is audio. We may have to actually change this to awake, but we'll try this first. Audio.pitch equals, actually it won't matter, equals random.range min pitch max pitch. Nice and simple. Just the way I like a script. Good utility, very small. So we can put this now on our explosion prefab, which is hidden in here. So enemy gib. And if we hit play and shoot them now, see, there's now a little bit of variety to what's going on. Yeah, I like that.
Sounds almost like music.
It does. It does. There's a little bit of a tonal quality to the sound. That's the reason it ends up sounding like that. Is there a way to possibly offer help on the Vanguard project? Potentially. Let's see how the Kickstarter does, and we'll see if there's room for people to help. So, can you play it without VR? You get the right now the demo. You can't play the 3D version without VR headset. We have the 2D version in its place for now. I'm not sure if that is the final thought on what the shipped product will be. We're kind of going VR only on this thing, so that is the focus. So the answer is probably not, but we'll see what the future brings. The demo right now does not have the 3D mode available to play if you do not have a Oculus Rift attached. So, 8K price for when all the computers explode. All right. So, we're gonna hit play. And we're going to shoot these guys again. We're done with this. I don't know. All right, so next sound effect. So power up. That's the next easiest one. We can do that one. The most appropriate place to put that would be in the power up manager. So if we go to power up manager and we have this power up function, we're going to add a public audio clip, power up sound. Power up sound. And we'll save that, and then we will just do yes, I want to replace it. Why is this read only? Whatever. So we're just going to do power up sound. Oh wait, we can't do power up sound. We have to have an audio source to play this. So I'm going to attach an audio source to this thing. I'm lazy, so I'm just going to drag power up in here. And then we're going to
so you don't need the audio clip anymore.
I guess that's true. I guess I could just use the audio source. Yeah. Yeah, good point. That'll be fine. So yeah, we don't even have to specify power up sound. Yeah. So save. Yes. And all we're going to do is just do an audio.play.
You might want to turn off play on awake also.
Yes. Overwrite, yes. I need to really set that to read right, but I'm too lazy to do it right now. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this, and we're going to play on awake off, apply that. So if we hit play, and we shoot down a group of enemies, we got a sound effect. Yep. Yay, that was easy. So we just did the two easy ones, so now we only have hard ones left. So the two hard ones are the electrical-ish loop, which actually that one's not too hard, so we're going to do that one next, and the shot. The shot's hard because it's not going to sound good if every bullet that we spawn has that sound, I don't think. We're going to try it first.
Well, we could do it basically the same way as the power up, but check if the audio source is already playing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we'll end up doing. So let's first do the electrical-ish loop, though. So we've got the Bezier laser, and I'm going to put this on the ones here. Actually, we're going to create a prefab of the Bezier laser. And I'm going to copy, paste, and paste. So right now, the one that we first did here, okay, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, looking good. We get rid of the old Bezier laser.
One of the options is missing the new one.
Oh, thank you. Let's that one. Maybe I can. Is there a button I can press? No, I can't. Well, I angered the Unity editor. Got a nice little null reference exception there for tree view dragging. All right, so now these are prefabs, so I can just change one of them and the rest will follow suit. So we're going to put in electrical-ish loop on here, and we're going to apply. So this should show up in all of them now. So if I click any of them, we'll have, there we go, electrical-ish loop. We're not going to play on awake. Apply again. And what we want to do is, so we have this Bezier laser. We're going to make it so if input.get button fire 1. So what we're going to do is
probably want to put it near the end so we can make sure there's at least one enemy that's hit by them.
What do you mean by that?
If there's no enemies nearby the laser,
that's right.
It doesn't actually
make a sound. Good point.
Up.
Good point. So what we're going to do is, first of all, I want to set this to loop so that we don't have to worry about that part. And we're going to have to add a couple of variables in here. So private, actually, I guess we don't even have to do that because it's looping. So what will happen is, so how do we know that we, okay, so basically somewhere here, this should mean that we have a beam, right?
No, because beam chain can be a new list. So, but we can check if beam chain dot count greater than 0.
Okay. If beam chain dot count is greater than 0, if audio dot is playing, if not is playing, audio dot play. Else audio dot stop. It's okay to hit stop a whole bunch of times. It's not as okay to hit play a whole bunch of times. And we're going to do audio dot stop here. So in theory, when we get to this point, if we have some things to shoot at, we do audio play. And if we don't have anything to shoot at, we stop. And if we aren't holding the fire button, we stop. So let's see if this works. So we're going to hit play, and we're going to get near the enemies. It's working. Cool. Alright, so now we're left with the shot. So what we're going to do on the shot is we're going to first do the naive approach, just to see how it sounds. It's going to be awful. So our barrels shoot player laser. So if we go to player laser, we can put shot on player laser. We'll do it just like we did for enemy gib, which is to say, yeah, that's a bit overkill, quite frankly. And it just gets worse.
Wait, get another power up.
All right. Yep, it's getting worse. So, what are we gonna do? So first, I noticed that we have player gib. I'm just gonna go ahead and make player gib do the explode as well, and it won't even be random. Who cares? And so the shot thing, what we're gonna do is, yeah, let's give this a shot. So we're going to instead attach shot to barrel here. We're going to remove it from our player laser. Remove component. And so on our barrel here, we have a player shoot script. So what we're going to do is, we're not going to play on awake. And we're going to, if ready to shoot, so what we're going to do is audio, if audio dot is playing, if not audio is playing, then we will do audio dot no, just audio dot play. So now if we hit play here, yeah, that'll work. And then if we get some power-ups,
Errors.
we got errors. There's no attached rigid. Okay, so that makes sense. So we assume that there is audio on everything. I'm going to actually remove that assumption first, but then we're also going to put the audio on the stuff. So the assumption that we're going to remove is if audio does not equal null. So now this thing will not play audio if we don't have an attached audio source. But then we're actually going to attach the audio sources here. So left barrel, right barrel. The missile launcher probably should use a different sound, so we're going to probably have to make a couple more sounds. Shot. We're going to put this on left barrel. We're going to put this on right barrel. And we're going to get rid of play on awake in both cases. And apply. And apply. Alright. Let's see how this goes. So unfortunately, it just kind of plays right over itself, so it just gets louder and louder. So maybe we don't actually want to do that.
An alternative is also creating a different sound.
What was that?
Based on power-up level.
What's creating a different sound? What was that? Oh, yes.
Well, you could just
good point.
create a different sound based on the power-up level that sounds like there's multiple lasers being fired or something.
This is true. This is true. What's the easiest way to set this up? I'm just going to remove... I'm not going to worry about it for right now. Remove component and remove component. We'll just have it so that if you're shooting, you'll get some shoot sounds. Save project. Alright, and let's see how that sounds again. So this should just sound the same if we're... Yeah, honestly, that's fine. That is kind of an annoying sound. I'm going to change the volume on it down a little bit just so that we don't have to murder the player with it. Alright. So missile launcher. We need a sound for that. And we should probably have it so that the enemies can produce sounds when they shoot too. So we have a boss that what do we got? Boss yellow UFO. What is the boss at the end of this level? Level 1 part 1. Boss wave. We spawn in boss yellow UFO parent. So where is this thing? Here it is. So this guy. How does he shoot? I'm gonna drag him in. He may already be set up, honestly. Enemy shot. Okay, so it is slightly different script. So let's go ahead and change the script to do the audio stuff as well. So player shoot. We're gonna grab this section right here, and we're gonna put it in here. Save. And yeah, replace stupid files that are read-only. Alright, so, and then on one of the turrets I'm going to put this script on it. So, power up, so shot. Sorry. What happened there? That was weird.
Did it go on another one? What's the no difference?
That was again the tree thing.
Oh.
It's just Unity. It seems to be safe to ignore that message. We've run into it a few times while we were working on our projects. So, we don't want to play on awake. And I probably shouldn't have applied. Okay, it didn't matter because there's no such thing as nested prefabs yet. And we're going to delete this guy now because we've applied it and done the sounds. Though I am going to go into the boss yellow. Wait, I'm going to go back in there again. Because I'm going to make his sounds a little bit beefier just by changing the pitch manually. We're just going to make it 7.7.6. Apply. So now if we delete this and hit play and get to the boss. It's the fight of horrible sounds. Alright, yay, we won. I'd say that's good. Let's make a missile launcher sound, because those ones are easy. Go back to... Alright, nothing new. Hit hurt. So, what's a good thing for... That kind of works. Yeah, let's go with that. Launch. Actually, let's tweak it a little bit. So let's do... Yeah. Alright, shoot missile. And we're going to drag this into our game here. Sounds. Shoot missile. Not a 3D sound. Apply. And we're going to go into our missile launcher. Alright, and actually these ones we can probably just get away with putting on the missile. So, put this on missile. And if you put it on there, it just automatically is on play on awake, so we should be good to go. Let's see how this is. Yep. Looking good.
Wait a little while and let them fire at the same time. That actually works out pretty well.
Yeah,
when they fire at the same
it
time.
actually worked pretty good. Oh, it worked.
Oh,
We didn't.
just about to get hit. Oh, you did get hit.
Yeah, I did get that.
I thought it was going to the next scene.
No.
It's faster loading the next scene than it is when you die.
Well, the reason that it takes so long is the first time... So the behind the scenes on this is we have a game over message. It appears here. It uses not debug text. It uses it uses GUI text. I like to call it debug text because I really don't like Unity's GUI system that much. But it's good for testing things out. Now the problem is it basically has to load that font in the moment that it is requested the first time. So it shouldn't have the pop the second time, but that font load is actually what's slowing down the game. The way that we could alleviate that is by actually having another piece of text on the screen or doing something with the GUI beforehand. But yeah, cool. I'd say that the sounds are going good. Sweet.
Can you do a load resources on a font during the game without slowing it down?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure exactly how the GUI system handles it. We probably could. The thing is, the only thing it'll slow down is the launching of it. If you actually use the GUI on the start, you'll probably not even notice the problem.
That's why I was thinking of load resources.
Yeah. So, what was I gonna do?
Are we up to bomb? Is that the next
I
step,
think we're
or
up to
is there
bomb.
something else?
Let's do bomb, and actually, let's fix that text problem by adding a piece of text. We'll add lives in too. I think we have enough time to do a bomb and lives, but let's try the bomb first. So, lives is pretty easy. So, what do we want to do for the bomb? So, we're going to have it so that it's just going to be a big explosion that kind of goes for a little while. What are we going to use for our explosion effect? Probably a particle system. So let's make a big bomb particle real quick. We're going to create a particle system. We're going to make it spherical. we're going to, what are we going to do here? We're going to make the size of the particles very big. I'm going to make them kind of yellowish. This is going to be really terrible programmer art.
Is there already an explosion particle system on enemies for when they die?
There is.
That we could just copy?
Probably.
And then modify?
Good point. So let's do that. Enemy gear, we'll drag that in here. And I'm going to go with the default particle.
That's the material, though. You don't want to change that.
I do want to change that, don't I?
Don't you have to create a new material? Otherwise, the enemies are...
Oh, good point. Good point. Let me undo that. So we want to actually create a new material. Actually, no, we just want to set this to default particle, the built-in material. So if we go to renderer and we go here, we can actually get to default particle. There we go. So we've got enemy gib. We're going to stop this, simulate. So this one right now is just kind of a single shot emission. We want this to actually have kind of a rate to it. So if we put this in stop, simulate, and let's make this size much larger. It actually kind of looks cool.
Yeah.
That worked out nicely. So additive works well, although I think it's looking better because we have those other particles behind it. Let me get rid of those real quick just to see how this looks by itself. We're going to delete this particle system. So what do we got? Enemy gib. Yeah, I actually like that. That turned out nicely. Got lucky on that. So we're going to do... First, we're going to change the color, and actually, let's do random between two colors. We'll do between white and kind of a yellow.
If you start it and then pause, will it show those colors changing on the paused version?
No. Alright, so we got kind of a thing going on. I'm going to make it so that it has a longer lifetime. Let's do between 0.5 and 1 and see how this does. Simulate. Let's make it a little bit longer. 1 and 2.
I like how they separate a little bit.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, I like that. Alright, so I'm going to rename this to, what are we going to call this? We're going to call this Bomb Explode, and I'm going to create a new prefab out of it. And, we need to launch this thing out so that it explodes, so we should have a little projectile for that. I'm just going to use a cylinder for right now. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Let's use a sphere, and we'll make it red. Do we have a red? We don't. We're going to create a red material. Create material, red. We're going to make it all red. And we're going to make this sphere smaller. Let's make it like 0.25, 0.25. So it'll be this little bomb that we shoot out and then it just explodes real big. And we're going to call this bomb. And what we're going to need is, right now we've got these player shots here, and so I'm going to actually add a thing to player shots. So right now it just does fire 1, I'm going to add a public string shot button equals fire1. And then we're going to put fire1, or we're going to put shot button in here. So now, if we want to have fire2, all we have to do is specify that. So I'm going to duplicate this barrel. We're going to call this bomb shooter. And we're going to player shot. This one's going to be, we're going to change this to fire2. We're going to spawn, oh wait, we don't have a bomb prefab yet. Let's make a bomb prefab. And so delete this. I've already got the prefab with this, right? Yep, bomb explode, delete that. We're going to put bomb shooter in. So we're going to put bomb in bomb shooter here. So our player shots, they use move forward script. We can use that. So we're going to do that on our bomb real quick. We're going to make a move forward. Add component, move forward. There's a lot of ways to add scripts. Sometimes I do them some way, and sometimes I do them another. And we're gonna make it kind of slow. We're gonna make it like 5 units a second. That way it'll move 5 units away from us in a second. Maybe 10. Let's try 5 and see how it goes. So if I hit play right now, I don't know what fire. Oh, okay. I think I just bombed myself. It has a collider. What happened there? Well, there's our bomb. We forgot to actually make our bomb red, so let's do that real quick. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than it is. Let's make it 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, and make it red.
Didn't take long to load when you died.
Yeah, it doesn't. Once, if you're in editor and it's already loaded the font, you're good. So there's our bomb, but it's still killing us. So that's interesting because I thought we used. Oh wait, no. Yeah, so we didn't actually base the bomb on the player shot. So let's see what the player shot looks like. Player laser is on player bullets layer. So that's our problem. We need to switch bomb to be on player bullets. So that shouldn't kill us anymore. Cool. Oh, and we can shoot them very fast right now. Let's fix that. So our bomb shooter here, we're going to make the shot delay be really big. Let's make it 1 second at least. Let's see what we get. Alright, cool. Actually, let's make it 5 seconds. And we're going to need another thing here. So bombs, we probably want to limit the amount that you can fire. I don't want to do that. So we could have a limitation in player shoot. We could have another script disable player shoot if you don't have bombs. There's a few different ways we could do this. Or we could create an entirely different script instead of player shoot for actually spawning the bombs. Let's disable the script if we don't have bombs available. And so we'll have to actually track bombs somewhere. So let's create a script for that. Let's make our bomb explode first though, because that's more fun. Gib after delay. And so all this will do is public float delay equals 1.0f. And right now, do we actually have... Yeah, okay. So delay in the start here, we're just going to do invoke gib, delay. And then we will just make a function called gib. We'll get rid of this because it no longer applies to it. And we're going to, what are we going to do this? It's going to look very much like our other gib scripts. So gib on trigger here. We'll do all of this junk. And we will grab the gib. And yeah, let's get object to destroy as well. And grab the object to destroy portion of that. And I'm going to put that before the invoke call, even though it doesn't really matter. So save. So now if we put this on our bombs, so if we go to our bomb and choose gib after delay, our gib is going to be the bomb explode. Object destroy, we can just leave it none because it will default to itself if we don't change it, and this one doesn't have a weird parenting scenario that we need to worry about. So now if we hit play and fire a bomb, there it goes. Explodes big. Let's make that delay a little bit longer. 1.5. Cool. Alright. So, it's not affecting our enemies yet. So, what do we have currently going on here? So, if we look at our missiles, these guys do damage and don't actually blow themselves up when they hit things. So we've got Seeking Missile. What does this actually do? Does it have anything in? No, it doesn't. So I think all of the hit point code for enemies is handled by the enemies. Let me just double check that. If we go to enemy 1, enemy health, yes. And we have a hit effect. Take damage happens when on trigger enter. Alright, cool. So, and right now take damage always takes 1.0 F on the damage. We kind of want this thing to just destroy enemies outright.
Does the boss have an enemy health script that's the same thing?
Yes, it does. Pretty sure. Yeah, it does. So we want to, this is becoming a little bit more complex, but we can do this. So we're going to need to make it so that we can actually tell enemies how much damage they've taken.
I thought it was set up like that.
Yeah, well, it's not.
Float damage amount.
Yeah, but it's on trigger enter, it takes 1. So,
oh, sorry, I was thinking that we were going to do like a physics sphere.
Oh, yeah. We might actually, yeah.
And then call.
Oh, and call take damage. That'll work. Actually, I think yes, we had that for that purpose. Perfect. All right, cool. So, so that's a good idea. So, what we're going to do is, I'm going to create a new script called,
You could do it in the gib on delay, where it calls gib.
Yeah.
Or calls the explosion.
Yeah, we could. I think I'd rather have that in a separate script though, because we want that to be general purpose. So let's do let's call it cause damage.
Spherical.
In sphere. Cause spherical damage. Yeah, sure, why not? Cause spherical damage. That's a stupid name for a script, but I love it. So, public float damage amount And what?
Just imagining.
Public float.
Dude, what happened to your
radius.
spaceship? I don't know. I think some kind of spherical damage.
All right, so we're just gonna make this an instant explode type thing. So in start, we're gonna do physics.overlap sphere, transform.position, transform dot what's it called? Transform dot wait, no, what is the second thing it wants? Oh, just the radius. And so what this does is it returns a list. Oh, it's not going to show me because I messed it up. So physics overlap sphere gives us a list of colliders. So what we're going to do is for each collider in physics.overlap sphere. Col dot send message take damage.
Can you?
Oh wait, we've got a problem here. Enemy health. We need damage and damage position. What's damage position for? Oh yeah, I know why.
So that could just be call dot position.
Yeah.
Call
So
dot
we can't send message with multiple parameters. So instead, we're going to actually grab enemy health. So col dot get component. I'm going to do get components in children just to be safe. Because that will get whatever's on it or whatever's in its child, whichever the first one it finds. So we're going to do enemy health. And we're going to say enemy health target health script equals that. And then if target health script is a thing, then we will call target health script dot take damage. Damage amount would be damage amount, and position would be col dot transform dot position. So now, oh yeah, we should probably have a good default for damage amount and radius, otherwise it'll look like things aren't working. So let's do the default damage amount of, we'll pretend this is for bombs, we'll do a default damage amount of 250.0 F, and the radius will make equal to 5.0 F. We'll see how that actually does.
Can you pass a layer mask to overlap sphere?
You absolutely can. So if we wanted to be picky about what we're overlapping with, we can do that. I may as well have that functionality. Public layer mask, consider it's so easy to add. Layer mask equals -1. -1 on layer mask will mean everything by default. So it's a good default value because then you know if your script's working. So we'll save this, and I'm probably not even going to change the layer mask anyway because this will work. Enemy health to enemy health. Oh, component in children, not components in children. Components gives you all of them. Component just gives you one. So if we fire this thing off, nothing happened because we didn't attach the script to anything. So we're going to cause physical damage on our bomb. Actually, on our explosion, rather. Bomb explode. And we'll see if the defaults work pretty well. Whoops. That was pretty cool.
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I think that's working real good right off the bat. Save scene, save project. So what we're going to do next real quick is implement lives and number of bombs. So I'm going to...
Could also do a fall off based on the... Oh, actually, physics overlap sphere isn't going to give you...
Yeah, it doesn't give me fall off.
But you can still get distance.
Yeah, I don't want to do a fall off right now. Let's limit the number of bombs. And actually, I lied. We're not going to do lives because I don't want to have to set up respawning the player and stuff like that for right now. We've done lives on other projects, so if you need to know how to do lives, check out some of our other projects. I think the what's a good example that has lives? I'll put something in the comments later. That's a lie. I probably won't do that. I will try though. So
have there been any comments?
Yeah, let's check. On GUI is evil. Been writing editor extension. Shiver. Yeah. On GUI is yeah, it is pretty evil. I use it for debug stuff a lot though, and for quick prototypes, it's good for just displaying basic information like we're going to do for the number of bombs that we have. So, what do we want to do this? I'm going to put this on the player. We're going to call it. Going to create a script called bomb inventory. We're not going to do this one in a nice reusable way. We're just going to make it work. Public float bomb initial bombs equals, let's make it 3. Public private,
and make it an int.
Oh yeah, probably should be an int. Private int current bombs, and so I lied. We're going to call this... How am I going to wire this up? So currently we have a bomb shooter. It's using player shot, player shoot. Yeah, we can just disable it. So what we'll do public player shoot bomb launcher, and okay, so all we're gonna do here is
I need a function to decrement the number of current bombs.
Yes.
And on update, just check.
So we can't just decrement them without knowing what the shot stuff is from the other bomb. So I'm actually not going to do it this direction. I'm going to do it the other direction. So in our player shoot, how can we make this somewhat useful? Let's all right, let's generalize this. We're not going to call it bombs. We're going to make this, we're going to do this right. It's going to be a little weird, but we're going to do it right. Let's call it weapon inventory. Weapon ammo. Let's call it weapon ammo. Weapon ammo. And we're going to say initial ammo, current ammo, and we're going to probably make this public. Actually, no, we'll just keep it private and we'll do an accessor. Private. And we'll do a public int get just going to make it public. Public and current ammo. In start, we're going to set current ammo. Current ammo equals initial ammo. And in update. Yeah, we will just do that. Very simple script. And then in our player shoot, we're going to add a reference for public player ammo. Oops, no. What is it? Weapon ammo. Ammo. Yeah, sure. So what we're going to do is if input, okay, so we're going to first, all right, so if ammo does not equal null and ammo is greater than ammo, yeah, sorry, ammo dot current ammo is greater than 0, then we do all our shooty stuff. And then when we shoot here, ammo dot current ammo minus minus. So, oh wait, yeah, and we have to do another check here. So if ammo, oh wait, so if it doesn't equal now null, so we still want this to shoot if it doesn't have an ammo associated with it. So this is not actually a safe way of doing it. Hold on.
If ammo is null or ammo not null and ammo dot current ammo greater than 0.
Okay. If ammo equals null or, and then we put these in brackets. Actually, I don't even think we had to do that.
No.
Yeah. We don't.
But it makes it easier to
understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So what this means is if we don't have an ammo attached, it'll be null. So if it's null, we want it to do things anyway. Or ammo does not equal null and current ammo is greater than 0. So it's not null, but we have some ammo to work with. And then we'll just do one more. If ammo does not equal null, we do that. So there we go. And so on our bomb shooter, we will put in our ammo script, which is on the player, which is not on the player. We did not attach it to anything. Add component ammo. I didn't rename this, did I? Bomb inventory is actually called weapon ammo. Whoops. I really spelled that stupid. Weapon ammo. It's a cow weapon. So player, no, we want this on the bomb shooter. Weapon ammo. Oh yeah, we want the player on here. I swear I gave him I didn't give him it. Okay. Weapon ammo. Thank you. Please have it. Yes, please have some. Apply. Let's go to our bomb shooter. Throw it at the player. And yay, we have it. Now, if we wanted to attach a bunch of ammos for various weapons, we could probably do that. One of the... if you wanted to do that, the key to it, if you need to reference it from multiple places, like if you have like weapon ammo and then another weapon ammo on here, the way that you can actually differentiate between the two is if you go into your inspector, and this is a little bit tricky, you actually have to lock your inspector, and then when you go to the object that you want, oh, actually you're gonna have to have two inspectors. I want to show this just because this is kind of it's kind of advanced stuff that you can do, but it's not obvious how to do it. So if we create another inspector here that's not locked, and we show both the inspectors. So we've locked on our bomb shooter, and we're on the player here. So we can actually, instead of doing the player, which just grabs whatever the first one in there, you can grab the text here and give it a specific weapon ammo. So that's how you would differentiate if you wanted to do it that way and have them all on the same thing. You could always have the weapon ammo on multiple objects if you feel that's cleaner. This is not a very obvious way of working, but it is a way that you can do things in Unity if you need to directly access a script. Normally, you typically only have one instance of a script on an object, but you can really have as many instances of a script on an object as you want. So I'm going to remove component on here. We're going to add this back in. I'm going to just close this locked inspector here. And what else were we doing? So, in theory, oh yeah, we want on our ammo thing, we're just going to not debug, we're going to on GUI it. Void on GUI, GUI layout dot label bombs, and we're going to give it bombs plus current ammo dot toString. So this will get the current ammo, change it to a string, add it to our bombs label here, and show it on the screen if all goes well. So,
can you go back to weapon shoot or
player shoot? Yeah.
We actually don't need to do the ammo not equal to null because we just checked ammo equal to null. So we can do ammo equals null or
good point.
Current ammo greater than 0.
Wait.
No, it still needs to be there. It's just this one doesn't need to be.
If ammo equals null, then it goes through. If it doesn't equal null, then you're right. Smart.
There's an extra. Yeah.
Clever. All right. So did you get that? So basically, it checks this first. If you do the double OR here, you actually get it will evaluate the first thing first and immediately pass through. So if it's equal to null, it immediately goes through. So in this case, it's obviously not equal to null because we just checked that. So we had an extraneous check that we had there. So if we hit play now, it says bombs 3, yay. We fire bombs 2 and bombs 1. And bomb 0. And now we can't fire anymore. But we can fire all this cool stuff that we got from the power-ups.
We can make the power-ups out to ammo.
Yep, we could, but we're not going to. I will leave that as an exercise for the viewer. So, save project. I'm going to call that a wrap.
Where should they send their homework to?
Send your homework to pushypixels at pushypixels.com. I repeat. If you have any questions, or if you add something to a project and you're proud of it, or if you're trying to add something to a project and you're mad at it, send me an email, pushypixels at pushypixels.com, and I will commiserate with you or give you praise as appropriate, and we'll help figure out how to actually do the thing that you were trying to do. Please feel free to email me. When I give out my email for a reason. I don't do this just because I like saying that at the end of an episode to make it look like I like listening to people. I actually like getting feedback from people, and I like helping people out. So thanks for joining us. There's a Kickstarter link in the description. Put money in, please. We want this to go through. If this thing goes through, I have a job. And I can continue doing the show, and I don't have to go back into job hunt crunch mode. So yes, please back the Kickstarter if you can, and we really appreciate it. It's going to be a really great project. And yeah, so thanks for joining us tonight. Did you have anything you wanted to add?
Nope.
Nope. All right. Cool. Thanks for joining us tonight, and you guys have a great week. We'll see you on Monday with another exciting episode of Cooking with Unity.